Welcome to Deep Within. On this show, we dive deep into the nervous system, emotional healing, and transformation from within the body. When I started my personal development journey, it was all in the mind, doing affirmations, visualizations, listening to endless motivational videos. And I found that this approach, without actually getting my body on board, only left me in deeper shame and distress. So this is actually how I discovered somatic body-based healing. My name is Marina Triner, and I am the compassionate somatic coach. I am gentle, sensitive, and I love deep conversations. I'm so excited and so glad you're here so we can feel like we're together in our own little bubble of deep talks. Being in touch with your needs is one of the most difficult parts of healing complex trauma. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about needs, expectations, and standards. This is really huge. It's going to impact every single one of your relationships and, of course, your relationship with yourself. So here's a tragic thing that occurs to many complex trauma survivors. Your deepest needs, the most profound ones, the ones that you just crave the absolute most, those usually come from experiences of not having them met. So, for example, one of my biggest needs is emotional support, especially when I'm going through something difficult. And it's coming from all the experiences I've had as a child not having received that. Now, because I didn't receive it, I expect that need to not be met. Because of course, how could I expect something to be met that I've never received? And when it's not met, I feel extremely hurt and disappointed, right? Now, here's the paradox. What happens in relationships for people with complex trauma is that we show up in those relationships really needy. Now, let me talk about that, okay? Because I don't believe that the need is needy, okay? There's a distinction I'm going to make that's really important. So because you have a need, you're not needy. That's not how this works. Just because you have a need, you're not needy. It's about the energy behind the need. So if I did not get a need met in my childhood, having it met is going to feel amazing. And then I'm also really desperate to have it met because I've never had it met. So that's what makes me needy. It's the energy behind it. I start to act out of my child parts. I start to be really needy. I start to be clingy. There's urgency and desperation behind it. And it's almost like the person in front of me is receiving a 5-year-old that is like, I want this. Do this for me, right? That is not really an inviting energy. And that person is very likely not going to want to do this for us. On top of that, we often will attract people into our lives that are very similar to our caregivers, especially when it comes to needs, because this is what we're used to. This is what feels familiar. So in a way, in our minds, it feels safe, even though in our bodies, it does not. That's the magic of the body. It's always going to speak the truth. Even when your head is like, I know how to navigate this person. They're narcissistic. They are selfish. I know how to do that. Your body's not going to feel safe with that person. But you're likely to attract people that will find your needs to be too much, that will not want to meet your needs, that will not know how, and that will not maybe even be interested in doing so. And so that makes you even more needy, right? That makes you feel even worse. And the greatest fear here is, of course, that person is going to leave me. I'm going to get abandoned if I actually express my need. So I begin to convince myself that my need is too much. I'm too needy. I should just not tell them. I should just keep it to myself. So I repress it and I repress it and I repress it. And then I lash out and I flip out at this person. And I'm just like, why can't you fucking do this for me? And then it's likely that the person actually does leave. Even if that person is a good, kind person, It might be that that person doesn't want to be around me because I'm expressing my needs in this way that is very off-putting. So these are the cycles that we find ourselves in. And I want to tell you the way out. Okay? The way out of this conundrum. And of course, it's complicated and multi-layered, and there's many, aspects to it. Part of it is healing, meaning sitting with those things that happened that made you believe that you need too much, and feeling through those things in your body, which is the work that I do with clients. But in addition to that, there's something really important, and that is validation. And validation comes from you with you. So it's the experience of saying, no matter what need I have, no matter how much somebody else validates it, meets it for me, invalidates it, doesn't matter. So the response and the reaction of other people does not matter. What matters is it's my need and it's valid. And it's my emotion and it's valid. And when somebody invalidates your need or says, this is crazy, like, why would you even want that? You might get confused and you might say, oh my gosh, they're right. I'm too much, because it's going to feed into your story of I'm not enough or I'm too much. And in that moment, your job is to come back into your adult self that says, needs are just needs. They're like a table. Is this desk that I'm filming on, is it too much? I don't think so. It's just a desk. A need is just a need. And it's fair for people to tell us, I'm sorry, I can't meet that for you for whatever reason, right? And in that case, we don't say, oh, okay, then I don't have that need anymore. No, we say, okay, I'm going to ask myself, is this need important to me still? Can I live without it? Okay, let's take something really simple. You really want to eat at an Italian restaurant and your friend wants to eat at a Chinese restaurant. And your friend just says, you know what? This is so crucial for me tonight. So you ask yourself, can I live without this? Yes or no? Maybe it's a no. Maybe you've been excited about this for months and you're on a trip and this is all you want to do and you've been planning it for months. Okay, can I compromise? Can I get takeout or go there tomorrow or, right? Find a way to meet this need. Can I go there with another friend? Can I, whatever, get creative, right? But you are not to say, it's okay, I don't need Italian food. You first really check in with yourself. It might be the answer that you're this is not a big deal. I'm fine. I just want to hang out with this friend. It's okay. That might be it. That might be true for you. But it needs to be true to you. It needs to be authentic to you. You need to check in with yourself and your body and not do it just because you're so scared to be abandoned. Because what happens when we create relationships, when again and again we abandon ourselves by saying, that's okay, I don't need that. That's okay, that feeling, I don't need to express it. I don't need to feel it. Is we've already left the relationship. We're already gone, and we're not even in the relationship. And that other person doesn't even know us. So we lose ourselves. That person isn't connecting to us truly because we're not our authentic selves. And the whole thing falls apart. So here is a distinction I want to leave. Hello there. Thank you so much for watching, for being here. I appreciate you so much. And if you can just take one little moment and help me make this podcast a success and support us, please just subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave me a little comment. I want to hear from you. How's this landing for you? Is this interesting? What are you learning? What are your takeaways? Again, thank you for being here. I love you, and let's get back into it. That distinction is between expectations and standards. Expectations say, I expect all of these things. It's like a child, right? A child expects things for a good reason. They should. They should expect their caregivers to meet their needs, to feed them, to clothe them, to meet their emotional needs, to provide safety. And if they don't get it, they go into a tantrum. So those are expectations. And as adults, we also have expectations. And if you don't get them, you go into a tantrum, right? Those are expectations. Expectations are not coming from a secure place within you. They're coming from a child place within you that is feeling like, I need an adult to meet me. Otherwise, I won't survive. That's how a child feels. Very valid, very true, but we're not there anymore. Standards, on the other hand, they say this. This is my standard in life. These needs, these behaviors, that is my standard. And I validate it. And this is what's important to me. Now, if somebody's not meeting me, I don't lower my standard. I don't move my standard. But I also can expect someone to say no, and I can accept it, right? It's okay for people to say no to me because a standard is more secure inside of yourself. It's not something that is external to you, and expectation feels more external, right? A standard is inside of yourself. It's kind of like a boundary. It's for you. It's yours. It's not about the other person. It's about what you need and what you're sure of and what you're confident in. And so if somebody cannot meet you, it doesn't right away mean that that person is bad. It doesn't mean right away that you're bad or that your need is bad. When there's security inside, you just know that if somebody doesn't meet my need for whatever reason, yeah, sometimes it's because they're a shitty person and they shouldn't be in my life anymore. And sometimes it's because they don't want to. And it's okay. People can say no to me and I can say no to people. But because I feel this loyalty to myself, that I'm going to get this need met no matter what, because it's an important need to me, I don't linger in expectation. I don't linger in desperateness. I don't linger in urgency. I just know this need will get met, and I can feel very secure in that. And it's a huge part of building secure attachment. And I really believe that secure attachment with other people is first and foremost built on secure attachment with yourself. So this is the kind of work that I do with clients. It is not a quick fix. As you can hear, it's complex. It took me years to get to this point and to notice when I also, travel away from this kind of thinking and behavior and to come back to myself and my center and what I have developed within myself. So if you want to take this work deeper, please check out the options to work with me one-on-one. I would love to explore that with you. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope this was insightful. Let me know what you've learned, and I hope you have an amazing week.